Recording now.
Perfect. Cool. So, hi, everyone, and welcome back to episode 32 of the Friars Academia podcast. Thank you for joining us. Really hope you enjoyed last week's episode in which we shared our worst animes. So,
I've forgiven Estelle.
There's a little bit of tension in episode 31, but it's for Academia podcast, we're family, squashed it, it's all good. But hopefully you guys interacted with us and shared your feedback and your thoughts on worst animes. So that was quite fun. But today we're back to discuss anime studios, or just all things anime studios, our favorites, and just some of the really great animes that have been produced from a list of the studios that we've got. And to start off the main discussion point, we are going to do a little quiz led by Manny. It's kind of just test how well we know anime studios and the animes that they've produced. So, over to Manny.
Sure. Okay. There's a few anime studios that I have in front of me, so I'm gonna pick a few that are fairly popular. So, Madhouse, Studio Wit, Mappa, Toei Animation, and Purette? I might be pronouncing it wrong. Piero. Okay, out of those five animation studios, I'm gonna name random animes that are I've been produced by at least one of them. And then I want you guys to guess which one it is. So okay, first, Death Note. Which anime studio produced Death Note?
I've got no clue. I ain't watched Death Note.
Oh yeah.
Boo.
The funny thing is I read the list yesterday as well. Oh wait, no, I remember it was Madhouse, isn't it?
I think.
Are you sure? Okay, that's your answer, Estelle?
I feel like saying Piero, but I know it's wrong deep down in my heart. I don't think it's. All right, Studio Wit.
The correct answer was Madhouse.
At least good thing I read that list yesterday.
Conley studied for the test.
That one I did revision.
For a very recent anime, which studio produced Jujutsu Kaisen?
Oh.
I started reading
I
it
watched
actually.
that. I don't know.
Is it Mappa?
I started reading it.
But I think it's Mappa.
Is it Mappa?
Okay, Estelle says Mappa, Tid says Mappa.
I'm going with the
first.
I'm going with the crowd. I'm going Mappa. I'm following the crowd. I'm going Mappa.
That is the correct answer.
I'm gonna watch it actually, but I've started reading it. It's quite good. I like it.
Which studio produced Sailor Moon?
Toei.
Toei?
It's Toei. Yeah.
It is Toei Animation.
Yeah.
Toei.
That wasn't easy.
Which studio produced Black Clover?
I can't lie.
Have none of you watched Black Clover?
No.
Why?
Okay. It's the same studio as Naruto.
Piero.
Yes, it is. And which studio produced Cabaneri?
That's
Madhouse.
That's Wit. It's Wit. No, it's Wit.
No.
It's Wit.
It's
not
Wit
Madhouse.
because it's the same as Attack on Titan. I remember that one.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. The first 3 seasons.
Before Attack on Titan switched.
Before it switched. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are some of the studios that have produced some of people's favorite animes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't study hard enough as hard as Podley.
Reading the document.
The only one I read for yesterday was Death Note. I didn't know the others. I can't. Actually, no. Sailor Moon one. I just remember Toei just did all them old school ones like Card Captors and DBZ.
Yeah, Toei's list of
Toei's done the old and you
love the old ones.
Yeah, it does a lot.
They've done Dragon Ball, One Piece,
I knew Toei.
Slam Dunk.
And I remembered Cabaneri
Slam
from that
Dunk.
time when I watched Attack on Titan. I remember the original first 3 seasons. I think when Cabaneri came out, it was like from the same studio as Attack on Titan. I remembered that. So kind of just went off that.
But yeah.
And of the ones that Manning's listed, you guys have favorites?
Studios.
Yeah.
Madhouse
I don't
usually
know.
has.
I liked
hits.
Madhouse
Yeah.
when they did One Punch Man. I liked the animation they did for One
Well,
Punch.
the first season of One Punch
Yeah,
as well.
they did the first season of One Punch Man. I
And then
actually
this
liked.
One Punch Man switched studios. But yeah,
Yeah.
Madhouse is.
And Wit as well. I liked Wit for what they've done with Attack on Titan. Actually, to me, the first three.
What was Wit done?
I can't remember. Attack on Titan.
Wit's done Vinland Saga,
Vinland Saga.
Cabaneri,
Okay. Yeah.
Great Pretender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Mappa will probably be Tuddy's favorite because he's got
Oh, I
quite a
just
few of
realised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Period did Bleach as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Period did
Yeah.
Bleach. They done you.
And Toei does
Akashi.
One Piece. I forgot to mention Toei does One Piece.
Yeah, Toei does One Piece. It done
Apparently
Sailor
they,
Moon.
apparently they messed up Dressrosa arc though. I'm not up to date yet, but
Yeah, don't. I would
The
have.
thing is, Toei's a bit of a funny one because they messed up a few. Because I remember with Dragon Ball Super, they messed up a lot of the beginning. When I was watching Dragon Ball Super, some of the animation was a travesty for it.
If they have to fix it.
They had to
Yeah,
redo
they
it because
fixed-
the outrage was just too much. I remember
Yeah,
coming to the TL and
it
just seeing the
was terrible.
screenshots and laughing.
It was actually terrible. They
Yeah.
did fix up, man.
yeah,
Improved.
Mappa's done a few of my favorites. They did Banana Fish, Yuri on Ice. They're doing JJK right now. They did Dora Hedoro. So yeah, really good adaptations.
And in terms of the animation style, as a fan of those animes, do you think Mappa Studios did the adaptations justice? Or
Yeah, I remember. I mean, Yuri is an anime original. Yuri on Ice is an anime original, but
Yeah.
for Dora Hedoro and Banana Fish especially, because I read the manga as well, is very faithful adaptation. Like I remember when Banana Fish was announced and we saw it was only like 20 odd episodes, and thinking about like how many things happened in the manga, I was kind of worried about pacing, but no, the adaptation was brilliant. Like I put the manga and the anime like toe to toe.
They're doing the final.
Yeah, Dora Hedoro is really good too.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ponley.
No, they're doing the final season of Attack on Titan. And so
Yeah.
far, the final season's been amazing. So
Yeah.
I can't really fault them as well from watching.
Do you think the final season has been, well, the animation has been as good as Wit's version?
That's a good question. You know,
Because there's been like loads of outrage from people in
I don't
regards to
think
it.
it has. I
I don't
don't.
know where the
Maybe
outrage is
not.
coming
I think they've done a good job, but I'm just trying to think if I don't know if they've done a better job than Wit. I think they've done a good job, but maybe not as good. But Wit's one, I think back then, I just because that's what really got me into the manga in the first place. Watching Attack on Titan first of all, I remember that first season watching it, and I was like, the music, the animation, all the and the dread I felt from all the facial expressions seen from the like back then when we thought they were the only humans left on the world and stuff. It really sold to me that I'm Attack on Titan. So I thought we'd done a fantastic job. I don't see. You said there's some plates about.
I think the biggest issue with what Mappa are doing is the CGI, and that's what most people are about.
CGI.
And I think
Is it because there's too much CGI or?
Yeah, it's too much CGI, and I get the complaints, but it's a bit unfair how they're targeting the actual producers and the animators to make complaints about him. And to be fair, the reason why Wit didn't do the last season of Attack on Titan is because they didn't think the timing was realistic. Because they want to finish the anime around the same time the manga ends.
Really?
And Wit basically said like that it's almost impossible for us to do, so they declined to take it on for the final season. And they even went to Attack on Titan, even went to different studios, and a lot of the studios basically said no, they can't do it. And the issue is now is that usually when people create stuff, you like have different points. You either look for quality, the amount of times it takes, or the price of it, and usually you have to sacrifice one of the three. And in this case, they sacrificed some of the quality for the pace of it and to get and for the price of it. So I get people's frustration towards it, because I feel like quality's dropped a bit, but not enough for it to be
mad complaints. Yeah, I hear that actually. It has done a better job, but then again, considering the time constraints that Mappa have to do this in, I don't think they've done a bad job.
Yeah,
when you put it that way. with the time constraints, I don't think they've done a bad job at all. To be honest, I think the animation is still quite good. Not as good as Wits, but it's still quite good in my opinion. But they've done the best in the, you could say, a bad situation, trying to keep to that time constraint where they were the higher ups want the anime to finish around the same time as the manga. So I can't complain.
Yeah.
And I think it's good that they were able to say, this timeline is unrealistic, because who knows what type of quality content and episodes they would have produced. How they just said, let's try and do the best we can, and then end up with not having the best finished product that they could have made, and said, you know what, we're not going to do it, which I think is good, because we know how anime fans can really critique their favorite shows. So we don't want any more. Imagine like a whole couple episodes with like Toei type mistakes in that one. That would have been awful.
Yeah, we need the end of it.
No, they're already getting death threats. Could you imagine? I think
death threats.
That's crazy.
A lot of the producers or animators, whatever their job title is, apologize for getting it wrong. A lot of them are getting death threats online. It's quite severe. Like literally every Sunday. It's a bit pathetic, to be fair.
It's very pathetic, and I think.
So lastly, before we go, I wanted to ask you guys: are there any anime series that you would prefer would have been animated with other studios, or are there? And also, you can let me know if there's certain studios where you would have been interested to see what the animation style would have been like for a particular anime. For me, I think I would have been really interested to see what Naruto would have looked like if Madhouse had animated it.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I would be interested. I think Madhouse is one of my favorite anime studios as well. Yeah. So that would have been interesting to see. I think I was even going to say One Piece, but then again, that
sounds expensive.
I
was even going to say One Piece myself, but it'll be. Yeah, sorry, go for it.
There's one part in One Piece that always made me wish that I wish it got animated by a different studio. Is when he punches the Celestial Dragon.
Yes, that part in during the slave owners.
Isn't it Fishman?
Saboni.
No, not Fishman.
No, it wasn't. It was
what Sid just said.
Was what Sid said. I can't pronounce it, so I'm not pronouncing it. But
For once I knew something about One Piece, I'm getting further ahead, guys.
It was then. I remember that. I remember that punch as well. That was I would have loved to see that Madhouse animated it. I think because I love the animation, the way Madhouse do the animation.
Yeah, it just looks crispy, sharp. I don't know how to describe it, but it's
pristine.
I get what you mean. Yeah. I'm full agreement with you. I think from what I've seen from Madhouse and what they've done, I just love their style of animation. So yeah, I would have loved to see One Piece under their belt. Would have been interesting to see what they would have done.
For me, a lot of my favorites have gotten decent adaptations. I have no complaints with Dorohedoro, Golden Kamuy, Banana Fish. I'm looking at my shelf. What have I missed? The way The House Husband is coming out this year, I've forgotten which studio is going to be
on Netflix.
On Netflix, but I anticipate that would be decent. I think.